There is a growing interest in preparedness. You know, there's many books and videos, movies and lectures on this topic. And as I've been reviewing this plethora of information, I found this massive black hole, sanitation. And it only gets casual attention. Even when identified, most people don't understand its significance. If it's so important, how can this possibly be? Let me put sanitation in perspective and show you why the disinterest. Health and life expectancy significantly improved in the first part of the 20th century. Generally, credit goes to things like, well, antibiotics, drugs, hospitals, medical procedures, but the credit really goes to the greatly improved sanitation. Let me illustrate this. In 1952, there was a polio emergency, and that was because there were 14 cases per 100,000 population. That's not fatalities, just cases. Contrast that to around 1900, when there were 4,429 babies per 100,000 live births per year died from diarrhea, year after year. And these diarrhea deaths were 100% caused by failed sanitation, and they were all preventable. You see, where sanitation is poor, disease and death run rampant. But we say, well, but that's over there. That's in these other countries and places. It's not here. In the U.S., we are very inexperienced with sanitation breakdown. That's a great blessing. However, it's also a future curse, because you see, when things break down, most people will be caught completely off guard. I call sanitation the hidden deadly disaster. It's right in front of us, just not in people's view. And it can cause more misery and death than the event itself. The potential danger of this hidden disaster is not recognized or respected by very many people at all. Following a disaster, failed sanitation will catch, sicken, maim, and kill the ignorant and unprepared. Another reason for the lack of recognition is that most of this sanitation stuff is, well, it's socially undiscussable. It's in the background. Things are just whisked out of sight. The system takes care of things. We take the system for granted. We don't have to worry about it. We don't need to discuss it. But in my classes, we will discuss it. My message is simple. Get over it, deal with it, because failure to do so will kill you. A critical topic to learn is proper care and disposal of human waste. It's a short but an important list. Number one on the list is urine. Urine's not dangerous. As a matter of fact, it's actually a resource. Then we have number two is garbage, the organic things that we throw away. But the big one, the real killer, is the fecal matter. You need to know your best prepared solutions. If you don't have them, do you have an alternative in place? You need to know your practical options and prepare now. You must have a proven sewer down solution. By that I mean you can't use your flush toilet and there's not another regular place to go, and you don't have the prepared best options. What are you going to do? Do you have a solution? Here, let me give you two very important principles. Number one principle is keep the urine separate from the fecal matter. Don't mix them together. Principle number two, have a safe, proven, long-term method of properly disposing of the solid waste. We're talking about the poop. If you'd like to go to an authoritative source and find the underlying principles, let's turn to the Bible. Deuteronomy 23:13, look it up. You see, the master engineer who created this place knew exactly what he was doing. Other vital topics include protecting your home environment. You see, if you're connected to the municipal sewer system, and if you have a basement, there's a potential for raw sewage to enter your home when the systems break and there's a problem with it. And when that happens, you must abandon your home and any supplies that are contaminated. You can't stay there. Another vital topic is keeping things cleaned up, knowing different ways that when the services are down and the utilities are gone, how are we going to take care of things? Cleaners and sanitizers, another critical topic. You see, there's things that you commonly use every day, but when the store shelves are empty, what are your options? There's also pest and vermin control, because the system that we have right now automatically suppresses things like, well, mosquitoes and flies and mice and rats and things like that. But when things break down, these critters can get totally out of control. You must learn and practice personal protection. And by that, I mean being able to keep yourself from being contaminated by disease-causing mechanisms when the system is down and it's contaminated around you. Personal hygiene. Now, this is a big area that covers a lot of important topics, but here's one of those really big ones that you must learn to think outside the roll. You know, the toilet paper roll. I mean, it's so common. It's part of our culture. We use it every day. We store some. Can't even imagine a different way of doing things. Do you have a viable, safe alternative? A topic we don't discuss much in public, you know, the all-important special need of feminine hygiene. When all those disposables are gone and you can't get any more, are there good alternatives? Are there things you could even use today? My question as always is, will you live providently? Because this is how I look at things. You see, there's no doubt that tomorrow will come, and there's no dispute that things happen. But how you're prepared to meet tomorrow will make all the difference in the world. If you're prepared for the worst, then no matter what happens, it will be an adventure. And I believe that our lives were created to be grand adventures of learning, growth, development, becoming more than we were in the beginning. But you have to be ready, willing, and able to deal with things as they come. We wish you the best, and we'll do our utmost to teach and train you in sanitation and other key topic areas. This is Jim Phillips, hoping you will have the greatest of days ahead. But don't get caught by this hidden, deadly disaster.